Welcome to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gobin. Here are the stories that we're following today, August 2nd, 2013. In international news, Spain rail driver says he can't explain his speeding. The African Union says Zimbabwe vote was free despite some problems. And explosions continue to rock Syria. The details on these headlines and more when we return. Welcome back to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gobin. This segment of the news is sponsored by Travelspan Vacations. Francisco Jose Garzon Amo, the driver of the train that crashed in Spain, killing 79 people, says he was traveling at twice the speed. However, he cannot comprehend why he didn't try to slow down. Devin Bissoon has the details.
The driver of the train that derailed in Spain, killing 79 people, has admitted that he was traveling at twice the speed limit when he approached a tight turn. But Francisco Jose Garzon Amo told a judge he can't explain why he did not try to slow down during the approach to the corner. Footage of a recent court session shows, "I still don't understand how I didn't see. Mentally or whatever, I just don't know." He said that on the journey was going fine until the train reached the curve. When the danger became clear, he thought, "Oh my God, oh, the curve, the curve, the curve, I won't make it." In Sunday's night testimony, Garzon said he was going far over the speed limit and should have started to slow down several miles before he reached the curve. He was asked what was going through his mind and what he went through the last tunnel before the curve. "Sincerely, I don't know," he replied. "I'm not so crazy that I would not put on the brakes." The train careered off the tracks, killing scores of people. Health authorities say 59 people from the crash are still in the hospital. 11 of them are in critical condition. This is Devin Bassoon reporting for Caribbean Affiliate News.
Zimbabwe's elections received cautious approval today from the head of African monitors, despite allegations by the main challenger to President Robert Mugabe and a local monitoring group that the vote was heavily rigged. Olusegun Obasanjo, head of the African Union Observer Mission, said his monitors noted some apparent irregularities, but that they did not constitute evidence of systematic tampering. Mugabe's supporters have rejected allegations of rigging and claimed victory, raising fears of a fresh uncertainty in a country long afflicted by division and economic turmoil. However, he also asked election authorities to investigate reports that tens of thousands of eligible voters were turned away and to publish the exact numbers of voters. Another poll monitoring group in Zimbabwe said as many as 1 million of the more than 6 million eligible voters were prevented from casting ballots. And I quote, "If 25% were not allowed, then yes, the election is fatally flawed," he says. His mission has 70 observers. Prime Minister Morgan Tsvangirai, Mugabe's main opponent in the presidential vote, has declared an election null and void. Official results announced by the Election Commission today showed Mugabe's ZANU-PF capturing 54 of the 210 parliament seats and Tsvangirai's party winning 19 seats so far. Full results of the presidential and parliament votes have been promised by Monday. In Texas, the nation's most active death penalty state is running out of its execution drug. The Texas Department of Criminal Justice said Thursday that its remaining supply of the drug expires in September and that no alternatives have been found. It wasn't immediately clear whether 2 executions scheduled for next month will be delayed. The state has already executed 11 death row inmates this year, and at least 7 more have execution dates in coming months. Texas switched to the lethal single-dose sedative late last year after one of the drugs used in its 3-drug execution process became difficult to obtain and the state's supply expired. Other death penalty states have encountered similar problems after some drug suppliers barred the drug's use for executions or have refused, under pressure from death penalty opponents, to sell or manufacture drugs for use in executions. No executions in Texas were delayed because of that shortfall. In Syria, rebels sent a wave of rockets slamming into regime strongholds in the central city of Homs on Thursday, triggering a succession of massive explosions in a weapons depot that killed at least 40 people and wounded dozens, an opposition group and residents said. The attack, one of the most potent against pro-government districts in the area, overshadowed a rare trip by President Bashar Assad to a former opposition bastion outside the capital Damascus, during which he defiantly vowed in front of troops to defeat the rebels fighting to topple him. The huge explosion in the Homs district of Wadi Dahab delivered a jolt to Assad's regime, which for weeks has been boasting of achievements against the rebels in the strategic Homs region and the suburbs of Damascus. And I quote, "The achievements on the ground speak for themselves," Assad told soldiers in Daraya, a few kilometers south of the capital. "Without you, we would all be slaves to the countries that want to subjugate us. But the Syrian people will never be slaves, not in the past, present, or future," he said. The attack in Homs targeted the neighborhoods of Zara, Akrama, and Wadi Dahab, which are all populated mostly by the Alawites, the same sect as Assad. It showed that rebels fighting to oust Assad are still able to strike back despite significant advances by the military that have bolstered the confidence of the regime. The blast sent a massive ball of fire and a black mushroom cloud into the sky and caused widespread damage and panic among residents, many of whom are supportive of Assad. Firefighters struggled for 2 hours to put out the flames. He said the blast was so strong they cracked the walls of some buildings and blew doors and windows frames off their hinges. The slum area of Wadi Dahab houses mostly 1- or 2-story buildings. The Britain-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, which closely monitors the fighting via a network of activists on the ground, said at least 40 people were killed and 120 were wounded, some critically, when rockets struck the arms depot in the southern part of Wadi Dahab and ignited the fire. You are watching Caribbean Affiliate News. We will be right back.
Government say it's all about the food. August the 10th. Foreigners welcome to the land of oil dung. Beers and strong rum, girls hot and can done. Tell them it's how we there. Tell them it's how we there. Tell them it's how we there. Master we all and there. Tell them it's how we there. Tell them it's how we there. Tell them it's how we there. When I'm drinking rum and I'm ringing iron, it's how we there. I'm beating bucket. It's all about the food. Oil Dung Fest, August 10th, Lamperman, I'm in the place.